Hi, I'm Sam Tautua for Inside Out, and we're out again, continuing the series for the Shop Local initiative for the 2010 postcode area, which is Sydney's gay and lesbian centre. Oxford Street, as we have shown, has been on a downhill slide over the past few years. We've presented problems some retailers have faced and the sorry state of many council-owned buildings. We are also able to report that with the help of the 2010 Business Partnership and their contact with Council, that great progress has been made. In the last few weeks, Council have published through local papers such as SX and Star Observer a revitalisation plan for Oxford Street. Vacant council-owned buildings will be made available to art and culture groups to set up businesses, and the street will be beautified by summer. We first speak with Lawrence Gibbons, President of the 2010 Business Partnership.
Oxford Street's a major international destination. It's one of the most internationally renowned gay strips, and the idea that it's dead and that nothing's happening here is wrong. There are a number of retailers who've been doing it tough because, as you rightly indicated in your intro, the Oxford Street has become a thoroughfare for cars coming from the eastern suburbs to the CBD. It does have a predominance of late-night establishments trading here, but through all of that, Oxford Street is also still one of the largest retail strips in all of Australia. If you go from Hyde Park up to Centennial Park along Oxford Street, that's actually the second largest retail strip after Chapel Street in Melbourne in terms of just sheer number of retail square meterage on the street. So we believe that Oxford Street needs to be loved, that there's been enough bitching and moaning about the state of the street, but things don't change unless you're proactive, unless you get out there and make sure that things change for the better. And that's what the business partnership's about. We're here to support and boost business on the street. In fact, Oxford Street is not just a thoroughfare and an old-fashioned high street. It's actually the spine of a major precinct which takes in Darlinghurst to the north and Surrey Hills to the south. And in total, there are some 20,000 people who live in the 2010 postcode, has the highest concentration of gay and lesbian people in all of Australia. Part of the challenge of Oxford Street is that the largest single landlord is the City of Sydney. Council has a responsibility as a landlord to ensure that the assets that it maintains for the ratepayers, for us, are looked after. And Council has done an appalling job to date of looking after those properties. They vacated the properties in order to make long-term plans, which they never actually put into action, which means that we've sat in a very depressed area because of Council. There are some exciting initiatives that Council has announced in response to old-fashioned lobbying from the business partnership. They have agreed to use those empty properties to bring in creative businesses, artists, and small emerging businesses, so as incubators for creative industry, essentially to offer subsidized accommodation to creative businesses.
The 2010 Business Partnership's Shop Local campaign is making an impact in our area, as other creative campaigns such as Parking Day, which was held in September, which temporarily transformed 2 metered parking spaces into garden spaces as part of a global project to champion creative, social or political causes that are relevant to local urban conditions.
I want it in my street. I want to live on it.
Spackman, Moss and Michaels installed 2 mini parks on Oxford Street, Paddington.
At the moment, we're sitting here at Oxford Street, Paddington, and we're sitting in a pop-up park. This is a part of World Parking Day, which is a global event started in San Fran in 2005. And this is our installation here. We have an active space and a passive space, and we're from Place Partners and
Moss at Michaels. We're landscape architects and urban designers, and these guys are placemakers, so they've created a place in an underused space, so mostly used by cars, and we're trying to create a sort of an awareness about the lack of green spaces in Sydney and how you can really activate such a small area that can be used really well by everyone. And we've had a lot of interest from people coming to sit in the space, relax, people saying, oh, we'll come back here for lunch, and people playing snakes and ladders, which is lots of fun down there. And it's really good to have the 2 varying spaces.
Since we've had it set up this morning, we've noticed that traffic has slowed. People have actually taken time to apart from spend time in the park, but also visit the local shops, which has been fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's just been an overall general consensus that we need more of these temporary spaces.
New Mardi Gras is also holding a fundraiser, the wristband event, which is part of the Take Back the Streets initiative on Friday, September 30th, for the big gay weekend. The rest of the long weekend devoted to partying and other events by some of Sydney's best promoters who will give a percentage to the Mardi Gras Parade Fund.
Well, Mardi Gras is starting a new fundraiser for the main parade this year called the Big Gay Weekend. Its aim is obviously to raise as much money as we can for the 2010 Parade Fund. The event this year is split into two parts. We have the Big Gay Friday event, which is based just on Oxford Street. All the venues on board, we have 7 venues. People will need to buy a wristband from the 7 participating venues. That wristband costs $10, of which $5 goes straight to New Mardi Gras to support the parade. You buy the wristband on the door on the night, so no pre-sales, and they're on sale from 5 p.m. The venues that are taking part are Ruby Rabbit, Arc Sydney, Polo Lounge, The Oxford, Nevermind, Stonewall, Columbian, and the Midnight Shift. So all the main venues that you support, and they support you in return. They're laying on extra entertainment, shows, and just an extra night of entertainment to get people back to the street. Some shops are staying open extra long. Daily Mail, Saks Fetish, Aussie Boys. So it's all about getting Oxford Street reinvigorated, people coming back to the strip.
With all that is happening now, we urge you to get out and shop in the local 2010 neighbourhood, which is Darlinghurst and Surrey Hills. This is our area, and to keep it gay and lesbian, we ask that you support the local retailers, support the imaginative, wonderful and amazing events that take place right here. I'm Sam Tautua for Inside Out.